True Power is Mine, and this is TPIM SR Live. Yes, guys. Yes, I'm so excited. Just through the roof. Excited. A lot of energy. I hope you all enjoyed the show with Judge yesterday. You know, I knew that last Friday, many of you were terribly disappointed because Judge didn't appear on the show because of booking issues. Okay? But being the host that I am, dedicated to setting things right, dedicated to bringing you different point of views and different perspectives, I reached out to Judge, and we just had an impromptu meeting yesterday. Basically lasted like 4 hours long. 3 hours I put on the main channel, but I do have a special segment just for my Patreon folks, just to show you guys thank you and for your patience. That only is available on Patreon at any tier level, doesn't matter, from $1 to 10,000. I hope you guys can stop by the Patreon and check it out. Also have a few, I think, Mark from Anaheim videos over there exclusive as well. Now, I want to start in with the announcements. But I want to do it in the form of a riddle. I reached out to a very famous person in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the United States of America for my global listeners and viewers. I'm going to describe this gentleman. He has the longest running show on the Strip. He is a atheist, a libertarian. I would say the last bit, but if I said the last bit, then you'll totally know who he is. Hopefully we will get him very, very soon on the show. Very interesting man. Very humble, but yet knowledgeable man. Also, I want to remind everybody, in about 3 more hours, I will have Dr. Chinzira on. That's our live, the Egyptologist, curator of the museum. We're going to discuss, so hopefully, we're going to discuss the origins of kind of Egypt. We're going to discuss the Moors, the Maroons, hopefully, indigenous issues that's affecting us today. I mean, I want to bring in the history with Dr. Chinzira. Absolutely. Absolutely want to bring in the history. But I also want to bring in reality as far as where we're sitting as people today. Now, I know no one's expecting me to be on right about now. I just had to just jump up here. I mean, I just feel the power and the energy today. It's just flowing through my very veins. And I just want to tell all the long-term listeners, all the new listeners, thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching the vids. Thank you for the questions, the comments. I want you all to know that it means a great deal knowing that you folks are the backbone of this show. You folks are, in essence, SR Live. Without you, there will be no show. We should think of this show quite literally as a circus. I'm just a ringmaster for now. Consciously, fully aware that I will be replaced one day by a younger, more energetic person. I'm just building the foundation for this. But there are many other acts on this show, especially in the chat room. You know, some notable mentions. We got Brother Nick, Brother Al, Brother CI, Sister Hunt, Sister Woods, Sister CJ. We have other contributors such as David and Bird and Murders. And the list goes on and on and on. If I haven't called out your screen name, it's not that I haven't noticed you. I noticed you. But there's just really a lot of folks, which I'm happy to, in many ways, be kind of at the center of the web. But if it wasn't for all the points going out and attaching to different places, the web would be weaker. And then I want to also truly thank, sincerely, Mark from Anaheim. Without him trusting the show enough to come on repeatedly, we never would have gotten the interest I'm perceiving. We never would have gotten the interest we have had, which has had a snowball effect. It wasn't as if Mark was supposed to hold our hands through the whole process all the way through. He just pushed us literally down the mountain, and as we're tumbling, more snow is packing around us, and we're getting bigger and bigger and stronger and faster, and we're going to smash the expectation of all the haters. Also want to sincerely thank Judge Joe Brown for consistently bringing on an intellectual aspect to this thing. And John Lear, of course. Without his interviews, certainly wouldn't have a interesting UFO aspect to the show. Of course, I wanted to thank my cousin, Jane Elliott, for coming on with her unique perspective, and Dr. Jack Badalora, as far as their unique perspectives on race, origins, and racial practices in these United States of America. I want to give a sincere thank you to Dr. Randy Short, Trooper Walker, Major General Peter Gravitz, Eric Isk, aka Butterbean, for allowing their interviews and shows to happen, becoming a part of this show in many respects. This is definitely season 2. Season 1 was quite interesting, but it was the foundation of what to come. And there's going to be more. Absolutely want to thank Dr. Chinzira, even though we haven't done the show, but I still want to thank her for coming on the show. Good morning, Brother Murders. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you watched that Judge Joe yesterday. Man, that was some powerful stuff, brother. He was hitting them out the park, man. He was hitting them out of the park. No holding back. And hopefully you'll be able to join me at 2 p.m. Central Time for Dr. Chinzira. I mean, and for those, I just want to say Good Friday or Happy Friday or whatnot. If you're a Knights Templar, I don't know how happy you are about today because of the whole thing with the Friday the 13th thing. But we only have one more day to 420. One more day till the Passover. One more day. Until, well, I guess technically it's not his birthday no longer because he's no longer alive. But I think we all know who I'm referring to. Folks, I hope that you all really realize. Oh, that's I had to have a little heater on me. I hope that you all really realize just how powerful. And I don't care if you're sitting there making a cup of coffee right now, or maybe putting together a sandwich, or you're about ready to start the lawnmower to go out there and cut some grass, or whatever you're preparing to do. You are a very, very powerful being with potential unrivaled, unparalleled by any other life form, including other human beings on this planet right now. Now, this is kind of using a little bit of common sense and a lot of positive energy. Any problem we collectively have, Brother Murder, any problem, whether it be racism, abortions, religious, political, all of these problems can be solved when we apply logic, reason, and understanding. Meaning that I might not agree with what you're doing. I might find it appalling and irreprehensible. But if we came down to the table, because I'm sure some of the things I do, you equally find revolting. Because some people really do hate people trying to share truth and spread positive energy. They really dislike it because they're so miserable as souls. They really want everyone to be suffering just as they are. I do not subscribe to bullying. I don't subscribe to hate. I don't subscribe to stupidity either. I think people should practice critical thinking aspects and skills in their daily routines. Once they hammer that down, then start applying critical thinking to your political ideology and your social behavior. Because, folks, a lot of people are not behaving right because they honestly do not think right. It truly, truly is just that simple. Just like yesterday, what the Joseph was describing with the mother having them babies, those little girls getting pregnant at 11, 12, 13. But how long were those little babies abused sexually by that mother's boyfriend or male members, friends, or whatever? Because somebody had been doing the deed. How long was that occurring before a child was brought forth? And what kind of mom or father, guardian, will allow that mess to go on in their home anyways? If you really wanted to take away illegitimate children, if that's really your pet peeve and you feel so gun-ho, all you have to do is take away the economic incentive for children. And your little towns would be ghost towns within 3 generations. See, I don't think it's the problem of children being born out of wedlock, or children being born to single mothers, or children being born to single fathers, children's in orphanages. I think the problem is truly the economic ramifications for children that lack economic means of subsistence, providing subsistence for oneself, whether it be shelter, clothing, food, medicine, So how can we critically think this thing to where all human beings can enjoy resources and freedom? Not just freedom to be a furrow slave to go from one plantation to the next, Brother Murder, but freedom to dabble in the things that you find interesting. Now, before we go on to chaos, well, who's going to be doing the jobs in the factory? Who's gonna be cleaning up the crap in the streets? Before you start panicking, because I know a lot of people are scared of anyone having freedom because they're quite comfortable in their wage slavery or whatever you want to call it, their occupation or career. I get it, and I know you folks ain't going to be on board. But as automation continues to grow, you folks are going to become the minority. I mean, honestly, when's the last time any of you guys talked to a real human operator on the phone? Hello, operator. Give me 672 McClody Street, New York, New York. Thank you, sweetheart, and have a cup of coffee. I would imagine many of you never talked to an actual operator. When I was a kid, if you had to make long distance, that's the first chick you're talking to, and it was a woman. It wasn't. I don't think I ever really talked to a male operator. I think it's always been women. And seeing how nowadays men only account for 44% of the workforce, I think women are going to become essential. I think we're almost going to enter like almost a lion type of situation where you'll have these alpha males and you'll have all these little lioness chicks working, providing, and this one dude is going to probably pull like 7, 8, maybe 15, 20 chicks into his little harem. But it won't be a harem because he's not the king. All right. No, well, not in that sense. He's not. In other words, it's not all these broke chicks going to his castle and living off of his resources. No, 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 no. He's going to be the king of the pride because he's going to be like running the house, but he's going to be nailing all the females who are bringing the resources into the house. I mean, I think we've seen it before. We call them cults, but those were unofficially. Those weren't authorized by the government and all that good stuff. But what we're going to see probably in the future, it's just natural. That's just what people do. They're unrighteous, folks. But also in freedom gives you the opportunity to truly be righteous if you care to be. It's kind of hard to be righteous if you have to sell your body for a loaf of bread. It's kind of hard to be righteous if you got to sell your neighbor drugs. It's kind of hard to be righteous if you got to strong arm rob stores and liquor just to pay the electric bill or house mortgage. You see what I'm saying? And by not critically thinking this thing out, if your goal is to be righteous, you start simply asking the question, Brother Murder, if my goal is to be righteous, how can we achieve this? How can I achieve this? Now, that's all these questions need to be asked towards yourself, of course. You ask the wrong person how to achieve righteousness, well, they might send you down the unrighteous path. And when you find yourself there, well, let's just say it's as if you fell into the proverbial well or black hole. You won't be able to get back out. Or if you do, it's going to be quite difficult for you. And most people just give up and acquiesce to their fate, as it were. Now, pertaining to what's going on, I should give Brother Abdullah a call real quick, but I'm going to, because I got to do it. It's been a crazy couple of days. But what I really would like to do is share some news with you. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. YouTube sent me a message earlier, and they, because I'm not Saturday Night Live. I'm just a little guy with a dream and apparently some damn good contacts. But I am going to do a news report. If you all brought your Googles with you, would you please turn to drudgereport.com on your Googles? Today's date is April 19th, 2019, the year of our Lord. President cracks term limit joke after big win. Yeah. Well, Bush himself said it would be so much easier if this was a dictatorship. But he was joking, of course. Now, the big story, I guess, is the redacted 12 secret. You know what? I never really got in trouble for just having Drudge Report on. It's just news. Hold on. There. Oh, goodness. Here we go. The thing I can't do anymore, folks, is like pictures or, any video, anything like that. I'm not going to do nobody's video. I will talk about them, unless I know that they're cool. If you see videos and I totally know the people and they're like, yeah, you can use my video or whatever. Okay. But here it is. The redacted 12 secret criminal referrals, dim, subpoena, drama continues, media meltdown. They want Trump so bad. Notre Dame. Computer glitch, possible fire. Computer glitch. A robot says so. So that fire in France was an excellent deal for them to call out robots drunk on smoke. Fraud scheme. Okay, hold on. More yellow vest protests. Well, we already saw that coming, FBI facial. Well, guys, if you don't know that they already have facial recognition out forever now, it's pretty sad to be you. This is my first time really glancing at the headlines. Clint Eastwood at 88. Judge uphold mandatory measles vaccinations. Interesting. Ancestry pulls slave era ads after backlash. Well, you want to know if your people were slaves? Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's have Gracie. Hey, I can just do it like that, can I?
Ancestry.com is apologizing for its ad that showed a mixed-race couple discussing escaping to the North during the Civil War era. The DNA testing company removed the ad from TV and its YouTube channel after it drew widespread criticism for whitewashing slavery.
Oh. So it's only just a couple paragraph. I think it should work. I'm not for sure. No, it's not going to work. See, this is why I like Grace, because she can totally handle the whole everything. That did not sound right. I can input more into her than apparently the speak it deal that I need to get off my computer because I hate having useless programs. What the hell?
ad is part of a campaign by Ancestry showing stories from the past to pique viewers' curiosity about their ancestors. In the ad, a white man tells the black woman that they can be together if they escape to the north.
Get the... Wow.
Critics pointed out that the ad ignores the fact that mixed-race couplings during the slavery era were usually not romantic love stories, but instead due to rape and violence against slaves. Drag and drop your files, or type, paste, and edit text here.
Okay. For one, I don't know how this got off to Sharon. I mean, it's cool, but what happened to... Oh, there she is. The Grace. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this right here. Mixed race campaign. Now, Ancestry, hold on. Ancestry.com Civil War ad. Now, we're not gonna, I don't wanna, oh, so this is what, oh, wow. That's what it looks like. Hold on. No, I don't want to go to Ancestry. Let's see what other. Okay, so this is what the ad looks like, folks. I just want to show you. You know, Maggie Sue, if we get up north, we can be together. Oh, Henry. Oh, Henry. Yeah, right. As if this dynamic was uncool. No, the uncool dynamic would have been, oh, Frank, I know you're out there in the field, but me being the plantation, whatever, mistress or I guess wife or whatnot, and then once again, that's amoral as well. See, I've heard this argument sitting in a predominantly white classroom at the tender age of 12, where the teacher suggests, and it was a white teacher, that men and women came together on the plantation in love. Basically, white men and black women. That narrative has been pushed down the throat of people to where people believe it's true. You know, good, well, that dude comes up in that shanty you're in. He's like, Clarabelle, get over here, girl. And you get up, you walk over there. He does whatever he does to his trousers, and you better get busy. Because if you don't, you're going to get beaten and then get busy. So you might as well get busy before you get beaten. This is the type of nonsense that we're up against. I almost guarantee you, anyone who claims that there were mixed races and loving times and bullshit, they don't understand American history. They don't understand it wasn't until the 1960s so-called mixed races could legally get married in most parts of the United States. Don't believe me? Let's go here. Hold on. I'm citing the source. Well, actually, Grace is going to cite the source. But, you know, you might find this interesting. And once again, if you don't find a particular... I almost sound like I just stuttered like I'm in the Matrix. A particular show I produce or do, fine, don't watch it. Just move on. I mean, literally, I got so many videos. I'm sure I got one to your taste. Let's see this. Check out this article.
Stephen Riley. The 22nd of March 2010. Much has been written about the apparent dilemma mixed race individuals face when filling in question number 9, racial identification, on the 2010 United States Census form.
That's not it.
Some believe that such individuals should mark all that apply in regards to the racial checkboxes to fully express the total, if known racial identity, and to do otherwise would somehow force 1. to disown some branch S of their family tree. For others, the census is a decennial opportunity to promote equality and to provide resources to underserved communities. The census is, as Michelle E. Lamb comments, not a place for personal self-expression, and that a multiracial individual should choose just one box, a minority designation, to help fulfill such goals. Though I do agree that the census is not a place for personal self-expression, simply checking one box, if you personally identify as multiracial, strikes me as dishonest, and as is often the case.
Is that it? That's it? That's everything? That's the whole...
The ends do not justify the means. We cannot lie ourselves towards a more just society. What I propose is a more nuanced approach to question 9 instead of being, as Marcia Dawkins says, stressed out of the box. The way to reduce the stress is to read and reread the paragraph that explains census question number 9.
All right. So, obviously, hold on. Let me get that off. This isn't supposed to be a show, really, because I got things I honestly have to do before Dr. Chinzera comes on. So I'm going to kind of cut this right here. I just wanted to let everyone know, thank you for all the support. By the way, there is a part to the Judge Joe Brown video from yesterday. It's up on Patreon. It's a thank you to all the Patreon supporters of the show and of the broadcast here. And as always, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. And let's try, and I'm sincere, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace.